Hey kids, welcome to another episode of the 1/6 Pack, episode 35.
Jesus,
it's a nice evenish number. How do you call it? What do you say on the five?
I mean, it's actually kind of an odd number, isn't it?
It's an odd number technically, but it's like one of those nice middle.
It's a 5. It's a divisible by 5, therefore it's a nice number.
It's a nice.
It's not 69 nice, but it's nice.
What is? My name is Trevor, 1/6 Shooter. With me is TJ at Capes and Rifles, and Tom at Eye of Huatu. How you boys doing tonight?
Sabrina's here. Hey, Sabrina.
Hey, Sabrina. Thanks for jumping on.
What's up?
Got a couple other people here lurking.
Ooh, lurkers are my favorite.
I know. I'm usually a lurker myself, so I can't really blame anybody for being a lurker. I say hey, and then I'm like out for like
I do the exact same.
Something that I'm interested in.
I'm usually like listening to it, but while I'm doing something else, so I can't comment and do all that stuff. Yeah.
If I'm watching, it depends on what show it is. It's like if it's one of the toy shows that I know people on. Like the one thing I try to avoid though is saying hi to everybody who's on there, because it just like, first of all, like typing in on your phone, I don't know why they won't allow you to click on the name and then respond like hi at, something big is coming. They got to type that all in. You can do it on the computer. You can just click their name or start typing in at something and it'll fill it in. But on the phone, you got to type it all out and make sure you spelled it right, or it doesn't fucking work. So,
what's up, Nestor?
What's up, Nestor?
What's
up? We got a
packed show,
shitload of
news.
A lot of news. And we have a guest tonight. Alex Sanchez, comic book artist, illustrator. He's going to be joining us a little longer. He's currently co-hosting his own program over on the Tubes called Infinity Equation. They talk about a lot of stuff, like everything, all the toys, all the toys, all the
cool
toys.
Stuff.
Yeah. So he'll be wrapping that up. He's talking with Cheney 180 from Toy Amigos tonight as their guest.
Meeting of the minds.
Yeah. So he'll be joining us probably, at the 10 o'clock hour or so. But he's a big 1/6 collector too. And we got talking about customs. I was on the show last week and I'm like, we got to get you on, man. Cause we just started talking and Dante, who's the other host, is like, okay, let's wrap this up and talk about something else. But it was a good conversation. So Nate, what's going on, man? Josh, how's it going?
Welcome, Josh, for your first time. Hello, Nate.
Boys, what are we drinking tonight? TJ, what do you got?
I feel like I've had this before. It's a Workhorse Pilsner. And it's from Connecticut.
Me and Big and you.
And Big
That's it. Oh, that's a nice, interesting.
I feel like I've done this before.
It looks very 50s, right? It's kind of a 50s looking label.
It's local.
Cool. Very cool.
I was rushing, and that's all I got.
All right, Tom, what do you got?
I tried to do something a little in the realm of the multiverse of madness. So mine is called "In Theory, Fish Don't Exist."
There you go.
Which is a Citra and Galaxy Hop India Pale Ale, and it's by Hen House Brewing Company, which is right down the street. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's a very.
This is my open one. This is my backup. And I have another backup over here.
That is very ethereal. That's very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy-esque name, right? In theory, fish don't exist. Except fish were a big thing in that. So I picked this because I haven't had it in a long time. I wanted something. I didn't want another IPA. It's really IPA'd out. And I wanted something light. So this is just Big Kahuna, or Kona. Sorry, Kona.
Oh, I love that.
Company. big wave for the big wave of news that we've got
Nice.
happening. So,
You just shoehorn that combo in.
Yep, there you go.
Nice. I do want to address one of the comments in the chat real quick because Nestor was asking, what's the limit of 1/6 figures per level on a DTOLF? Max 4. So you can do however many you want, really, and it really depends on what you what you like. I love what it looks like behind TJ and Trevor, where they have a limited number. I have a limited number of DTOLFs that can fit, so that's why there's 5 up here, and then there's 3, and there's some that have like 5 or 6 over there. So
I've got shelves that have like 6.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you happen to be seeing the shelves where I've got 2 or 3, but there's 6 over here, there's 5 over there. So it depends. Like I can I recently reorganized everything and kind of took some stuff out. Got rid of a lot of some of the Game of Thrones figures and stuff, and like spread some things out. So I was able
to ready
like,
for that Game of Thrones in art drop. Are you?
That leads us right into the news.
Segue.
So this hit, I think, just today, right? TJ, you sent this to me this morning, and somebody since put it out officially. I don't know if this was unofficial or just dropped in Hong Kong or whatever.
I saw it in English put out by Queen.
So this is the phase 1 for 2022-2023. Now we don't know, like, I don't know if this is in the order that they're coming out or if this means these will be released. I mean, it says releases, but does that mean by 2023 we'll have these all in hand?
I don't think so. If so, that's pie in the sky dreaming, because I don't know. I've not seen one company say that it'll come out within a year and it actually hit within a year these days.
I hope they don't, because I would hate to see them go the
too much too fast route.
Yeah, and just the overpromise, underdeliver. Don't ever do that. That's not a good thing. That's bitten people in the ass before with the whatchamacallit with John Lennon there. That they promised that within like 6 months of the order, and it didn't come out for a year, and then they went out of business. For other reasons, though. Queen is an established company. They've done deadlines. I'm sure they've hit them. I haven't paid attention to their statue schedule or anything, but I'm sure there'd be people up in arms or talking about how they can't even get their statues out or whatever. So it's ambitious. I mean, we've got the Batman, which we have seen bits and pieces of. Did we see? Yeah, we saw the heads.
Did.
Yeah. Right.
Yep, because that's what made Hot Toys respond in kind to be like, we're reworking ours.
Right. And then,
Amber Heard. Yep.
Is that just to get it in under the wire before she is like completely
canceled officially?
Completely canceled. Strange pick, man. I mean, considering the next, bunch of DC characters, Mira. I don't know.
Yeah.
Black Adam, obviously, cool. Jumping on that. That'd be cool. Joaquin Joker. So, what? Like, how?
It makes you wonder if Hot Toys just didn't want to do the Joaquin Joker, right? If that is up for grabs.
How would Hot Toys
I'm
want to do
throwing ideas Joker out here? I don't know.
When they could re-release that, the Dark Knight Joker figure over and over again, and they've already done it. What, 3-4 times?
Oh yeah,
at least 3. And then they could release it again, and they may re-release it again after Queen. Who knows? Maybe they won't do it after InArt did it. But I mean, that's printing money, man. I don't get it. I thought that it was all wrapped up in DC just didn't want to do figures, period, for this.
I thought the same.
Version of Joker, and it was an IP thing. I don't know how they got around that. Maybe because it's going to be now they've done statues, beautiful statues, quarter scale statues, 1/3 scale statues, and full life-size busts. So they obviously have the rights to do it. And I'm wondering if there isn't a price point level for it. Like, as long as it's over X amount of dollars, maybe it's 300, and maybe Hot Toys says we can't put they could put that whole stage together, right? They could put the whole Murray for $350, and there you go. You're over the $300 limit. So I don't know what it's going to be, but obviously we're going to get a haired version of this, I'm sure.
I have a theory about that. Just it's a small theory. It's I know for a fact that Benicio del Toro won't do the blanket license with Marvel, so instead you have to reach out to him directly. And perhaps because Queen, or maybe Joaquin Phoenix also has the same deal, and because Queen already reached out to them to do the statue, it was easy enough for them to kind of go back and rework a deal for a 1/6.
Probably.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Yeah, they've worked that out prior to that. So, I mean, there are other companies. Have there been other companies? I'm not up on the statue game, but I could have sworn there was another company, Iron Studios, that did a Joaquin Joker statue as well.
Did.
Like
Prime? Did Prime do one?
Oh, it was Prime. It was Prime. Yeah, it was a. You could remove some of the pieces and change some of the hands and stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean, other people have it. It's got to be a price point level because obviously they don't want this in kids' hands for toys. So I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe because they did it and because they said, "Listen, this is going to be an $800 figure." Maybe they are. Maybe they're doing the same thing. Maybe they'll give you the chair and the mirror or Murray's.
The mirror would be a great
like
thing.
That. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe that's going to push it up to like the $800 mark, and that'll be that. Bree's expecting at least 1,000. I don't know if it's going to hit I mean, they may give you an option to hit 1,000. Some DX, quote unquote, with foam. And then Batfleck, another. Okay.
But which one?
Sure.
I don't know.
All of them. All at once.
No.
All the Batfleck.
No. I don't
know. Wonder Woman, Superman. I'm assuming these are all.
I'm assuming it's DCU. Although I would love it if it was the Chris Reeve.
Oh, that's what they should do. I would love that.
That would be because
I've been trying to get that hot toy for a while, and it's very good, but it could be better.
Great. It holds up really well.
It does. What's up, Frel?
What's up, Angel?
What's up, Angel? What about Aragon?
Yeah. Aragon is the one on this list that has me. I will buy that.
Batman, Bale, Gandalf. We've seen. In fact, I think I've got a picture on the next slide of the next shot they took of the shot of Gandalf. I think maybe I didn't put that in there. Elva King is Legolas. I've seen that translated, so that's obviously Legolas. Aragorn.
Really?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
It's that one. The English version said Legolas, so yeah, I thought maybe it was what's his name too, but it's not. Aragorn would be great. I'm really happy with the sculpt I've got now, but I'm happy with the Aragorn I have. But I'm always up.
Legolas was in that silhouette picture that they released, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think most of except for the DC stuff, this stuff was that Gandalf was, Legolas was, Aragorn was. I think Aragorn was. Nazgul definitely was.
Yeah.
Pennywise.
That's awesome. I'd be excited to see that.
Yeah. I think Hot Toys knocked it out of the park.
Oh, they did. Oh, they really did. But imagine that with rooted hair.
Yeah, you
don't need it.
QMX was going to do rooted hair on theirs, and it looked great, but it doesn't look. I don't know. I'd probably get it, but I honestly don't miss it on there. It's fine. And Game of Thrones, this had been under the radar, but they had talked about on a couple of shows and we're still. They still keep saying they're going to be on the show. We'll get them one of these points. I told them when Gandalf's ready to go, I really want them on. They said that they had the Game of Thrones license, so they're going to do Daenerys, which is great. That's really all I want is a really good Daenerys Targaryen.
But which season? Do we know?
I don't know. I would love it if they gave you some different. I mean, the problem with there is the hair. You'd have to get a couple of sculpts, but maybe it's a 2-pack or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's probably they're going to pick season 7 or something like that. Who knows? Harry Potter, which is out of the blue. I didn't realize they had that license. And then the bottom one is Paul Atreides. I'm hoping that doesn't mean Paul Atreides is the last thing in 2023. Although maybe at that point we'll be staring at the
Dune 2.
The Dune 2 coming out fairly soon.
Yeah,
I would hope. So very cool. Spent a lot of time on that, but really looking forward to seeing the next thing, because I really want to get this thing in hand, this Joker in hand, to really see,
if it's worth
this for real.
Is
this for real? Yeah. But it's great that there's options. It's really cool. There's options for the same figures coming out. It's going to make everybody step up their game, and I know Asmus can step up their game on some of this stuff. If they re-released the Hobbits and did a better job with the bodies and the sculpts, I think they could probably do something. But I mean, they did a whole thing with Gollum. I mean, it's a whole new body, so they can do it. They just don't have any reason to.
I'm glad that
nobody else is doing it.
I'm glad someone is in there, kind of lighting a fire under their butt to kind of do something.
Right. All right, big news of this morning, overnight. Doctor Strange from Multiverse of Madness. So you guys saw it. We talked about it, right?
Yep, we did.
Loved it.
Yes.
I still like the first Doctor Strange better, but I like
really.
Yes, I thought the first Doctor Strange was a little more polished. This one was cool because we got to see a little bit more of weirdness.
It probably was. You're probably right. Yeah.
Also, we didn't have snarky Steven. Like, it wasn't funny. It went more serious, more horror in some spots. It wasn't the snarky Steven that we've met in every other iteration we've had of him. But I don't want to talk too much about the film because we have a lot of news. But I still really liked it.
What was it? Infinity War. He was a little snarky with.
He was totally snarky with Tony Stark. It was great.
So you're saying he wasn't snarky enough in this, or
I didn't find him to be snarky at all in this one.
It was very. No, he wasn't.
It was a little more serious. I mean, with Wong, he was a little, playful.
A little playful with Wong. Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty serious. You're
right, because Infinity War wasn't serious at all with the whole end of all existence.
No. Yeah. But I mean, when he was snarky, it was snarky. When he was snarky, it was pre that. Like, he didn't know anybody. Who are you? Who's this guy? You know what I mean? Like, it was just a little more arrogance. And I think the arrogance has been knocked down a little bit out of him. Not being the Sorcerer Supreme anymore. Is that a spoiler?
No, that happened like movies.
Yeah, that's true. Having had, that's true. That was in Spider-Man. Having been involved with the blip and making the decision ultimately that kind of was the catalyst for that. So apparently everybody. Well, all right, that's a spoiler. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to go too far into the movie.
Yeah.
We should do a spoiler talk about it at some point.
Couple more weeks. Yeah, we definitely will. This sculpt is
those events I was talking about earlier. Yeah, sculpt looks on point. Mm-hmm. The new eye looks great.
Yep. Cape looks really nice, except it does have that patch, like you said, Tom.
Yeah. But I mean, I have the cape from my other Doctor Strange I could put on it.
I love this. I love this costume, man. I think this is the best. It's the comic, look. I love it. The pattern. I
love those dragon casting. Oh man, it was one of my favorite things from the movie. Is he was casting in like demons from other realms. It was great.
So 335. Did we determine this as Q3, Q4, 2023?
I think I have it open somewhere.
All right. I love this outfit, man.
It is Q4 2023.
Oof. Yeah, Q4. Yeah. 335. I mean, okay. There's some effects here. Two head sculpts, right? The secret head sculpt.
So secret. You'll never guess what it could possibly be.
Lots of effects. Yeah, I mean, whoa.
No idea what that is.
It's Ash Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday, Doctor Strange.
That's what this whole movie's actually about.
That's right. I love this effect. I love this one. I don't know why. It's very simple, but I just think it's really cool. Yeah. Fantastic sculpt, man.
Yeah.
Bree, what do you think of this? She does love it. Okay. Because Bree is the aficionado on Cumberbatch sculpts. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's still. I mean, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's the circle effects, which we've had before, the little wrist things and stuff. It's really the sling thing that you don't even get the final form of that, which is the drill bit, or not drill bit, but the saw, which everybody's seen. Not a spoiler, I think. Whatever.
Making noodles.
And the dragons, but I mean, other than that, like, what here is?
I really think it's the second sculpt. I think
that's true. Right.
Extra sculpt.
Right. Second sculpt, right.
But here's the thing:
the second sculpt is basically the same sculpt.
Well, I think that is actually what we're seeing there. That is a sculpt from the Infinity War one with added on. I don't think that's actually the sculpt.
Said, yeah, because it's not the same. It doesn't have the hair flip.
I don't even think that's even like a mock-up of it. I think they literally cut and paste that thing on the old sculpt just to blur it out, to be like, look, it's going to come with this. We're working on it. I don't think this is what it's going to look like.
Do you think it'll be this sculpt with that feature?
I'm hoping it's an all-new sculpt with like a slight smirk or something like that, because it needs to be a little bit different.
It won't.
It better.
It better. First of all, that curl is going to be in the way, so it can't be this
right.
sculpt.
It's not going to be that. But I don't think it's going to be, because that's totally the Infinity War.
I don't know how he had his hair at the end. Well, spoilers. Sorry. I don't know how he had his hair when this particular look happened. So I don't know. I'm with TJ though. I don't think you're getting a new sculpt. I think it's going to be reuse, which is going to be weird. Like, how could you? Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just
they say new sculpt. They say I think in the description they said all new sculpt.
But is it? It may just be this all new sculpt with a different hair piece, right? You know what I mean? Just a different hair.
True.
Yeah. But you want a smirk. You want a little bit of a.
I want a little personality, because there's reasons for it.
Right.
On that sculpt.
Right. All right. There you go. 335. All right. News from a week and a half ago. Then we didn't get because we were off. Attack of the Clones. We talked about it. I mean, we predicted some of this stuff.
Yeah.
20th anniversary Attack of the Clones, worst Star Wars movie ever. We got a bunch. Man, this was a dump on May 4th. It was crazy. C-3PO. I said C-3PO. This wasn't the C-3PO this isn't the droid I was looking for. But it is a droid, and it's Attack of the Clones, and I guess that's what we had to expect. I think we got more releases from Attack of the Clones on its 20th anniversary than we did for Empire Strikes Back.
We got nothing for Empire, did we? I don't think it was anything.
We got Leia.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if that Leia was announced for that anniversary, though. I think it was. I don't know if it was on May 4th, but I have to look back. But other than that, no, I don't remember anything. So I don't know. What do you think about this? I think it looks. This is the first Hot Toys C-3PO, which is cool. Die-cast pieces. It says whatever that means. I don't know.
Those fingers look like weird little sausages.
They do, and they're not. He comes with multiple different hands. I think that's going to be better. The sideshow. I don't know if you guys have the sideshow, but
articulated fingers.
Yeah. One of them, the thumb broke on me at one point too. Yeah. But it was interesting. It was nice. They looked a little bit big, the hands, because I think the articulation just made it have to. Yeah, but
Hot Toys does articulated fingers pretty solid though when they do it on Iron Man. Yeah, like, they've always looked pretty good, but I don't know. No,
true enough.
You're not going to get better than actually handcrafting a sculpted hand for each one.
I really like the wires in the the middle. Yep. I think those look really, really good. I mean, the weathering looks fantastic. This is not the C-3PO that I really wanted, but I might just buy this just because I'd love to have a Hot Toys C-3PO in hand and see what it's like. And then hope that Sideshow somehow slips up on there. From my understanding, and I think we talked about this last time, is that Sideshow has the rights to do the OT droids.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's why we probably won't see. We we might see they should. I mean, the only thing they showed was the Force Awakens, or was that
Yeah, they showed the Force
yeah.
Awakens one with the red hand.
Force
which gets
Awakens
replaced
with
at
the red
end of
arm.
Force Awakens, yeah.
Right, which you'd hope that maybe they came with a replacement arm or something.
You'd hope.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. The weathering looks really nice.
Yep.
Lights look good. Curious to see what's die cast. That same shitty sand stand. Okay, what are you gonna do? So it comes with the Battle Droid head.
That's actually really funny. I didn't even notice that.
Which is cute. Yeah, nice touch. And they're all coming in this 20th anniversary packaging, which is really cool, man. I really liked this stuff on the Empire. Yeah. That's right. It was Vader and Boba Fett.
Yeah, but those were re-releases. I don't count that stuff.
There were re-releases, and those were the only two that came in that packaging. That
I have the
40th
Vader
anniversary packaging. Leia didn't.
Yeah.
So
the packaging is nice, though. I have the 40th anniversary Vader, and it's cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. All right, that's that. C3PO. He's $330. $330.
Well, die-cast metal parts.
Die-cast parts.
Yep.
Cool.
But that's it, man. I mean, there's second head. I guess you could say a second head.
You know what? That makes that Doctor Strange package look a lot better in retrospect, doesn't it?
Just by comparison, yeah, exactly. Not so bad now.
I like this.
It does. I will definitely be picking this up because this really could be
any R2.
Really.
Yeah, he always looks like that.
Exactly. He comes with these. I always thought these were stupid. Does anybody know? And I don't know why I've never looked into this because the prequels to me were always like, meh, whatever. But does he lose these, or are they just?
They
broken?
Never explained it. I don't think they explain it.
I know they never explained it in the movies, but I'm wondering if there's lore out there that anybody knows about from a book or comics or anything like that. I mean, they have to be just lost usage, after Revenge of the Sith, because or at some point in between there. Really cool though.
Yep.
Great weathering on this thing. Looks really, really nice.
Yeah, it's the best looking R2 I've seen, and there's been a good number of 1/6 R2s. So.
Their other R2 is good. I have the other one too, and
it's just the weathering though just looks so good on this one.
Yeah, the weathering really does beat the hell out of that one. Where the hell is that? God, I got R2s everywhere. Yeah, that's true. That was a very clean version of it.
Yeah.
And again, that's really cool packaging. Love it. I wonder if it looks like they're doing that little voice thing, the little remote control with the sounds. I don't know who needs that.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
No, that's that little Star Wars thing.
Oh, is that what that little placard is? I just thought it was because he's not coming with a base that he's just going to come with that. In case you forgot what he was from.
Yeah, so this is also Q2, Q3, 2023, 270 for R2.
Is he die cast?
I don't know if there's die cast. The helmet, the head, the dome might be metal. But I don't know. I mean, the dome on the other one, I'm not even sure if that was brushed metal or not. Or if it was just a brushed. I don't know. I mean, it's got a second head. I think he comes with that 3PO head, I think. Unless that's just he comes with the towing thing and you can put 3PO's head on it. I don't know. Without the sounds, you could have knocked off another, $30 off of that for that. I don't really care about that.
I think that's too much to ask for R2.
It's reuse.
Yep.
Clone Troopers.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
100%.
Talk us through it.
100%. I mean, I bought 4 of the 501st.
Wow, you bought 4 of those?
Yep. Might get a 5th.
Damn.
Now that I see these, like I need more.
Our guest is alive. I'm gonna bring him into this because he is a Star Wars dude, and
perfect timing.
Let's find out since we're just made the cut from C3PO and R2. So everybody, welcome Alex Sanchez, comic book artist and co-host of The Infinity Equation. What's up, man? How's it going? Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We just got done with the show and
good, perfect timing. I mean, literally 9:59, man. You're like 10 o'clock. I'm on. I'm like, how's he gonna do that? Those guys are gonna talk forever. Especially
it was close. It was.
I know,
close.
right?
I had to tell him a few times because Dante can go.
Yeah, Dante can go.
But thanks for having me on, guys. It's nice to meet all you guys. By the way,
good to meet you too.
Yeah,
I'm in awe of that arcade machine you have back there. What is that?
It's arcade 1-up Star Wars machine. So it's got the first 3 Atari games.
Oh, genius!
Yeah,
cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you get this is a different background for you here, isn't it?
I do. I mean, it's kind of the same background, only it's like
you're shifted
in front of my Hot Toys. Yeah.
Right there. So it's just slightly over
the side. Yeah.
Damn.
That's a nice room, man.
That's a great room.
Thanks.
Yeah. I want one of those arcade machines, man. I just don't know which one. I don't know if I want to get something that's got like everything and it's got the ROM card in there and you can just play everything. I kind of like the specific one though. I've looked at that Star Wars one several times and I'm like, I would love to play that.
It's worth it, especially like because it's got the yoke. It's like school steering. Yeah. So I have that one and I have the Ninja Turtles, which has the first 2 arcade games in it.
Oh, nice.
It's 4 players, so they're really getting into the 4-player stuff. Like I think just NBA Jam. They just
wow.
And then
they do the X-Men
wide console.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's the console itself isn't wide. It's just the stick platform kind of thing. It sticks out outside.
Oh, that's right. It sticks out. Yeah.
And then they're coming out with the Marvel versus X-Men, I think.
Oh, nice.
There's the one with a lot of the Marvel Capcom ones, but it's missing the best game. It's missing MVC2.
It
kills me. I'm like, I'll buy any one that has Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in it, and that's the one that they just don't seem to include.
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to wait on that so that way you could buy it.
Yeah, of course. You got to double dip.
Yep.
So, Alex, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I've said you were a comic book artist. Who have you arted for?
Comic books for?
Basically, I mean, I've been doing this for about 20 years now. So every company, the Marvels and the DCs. I'm currently working for IDW, doing some work, some exclusive covers for Godzilla versus Power Rangers. I also have some doing for them.
Bring that up. This is beautiful.
There you go.
That's right.
They asked me to do the 40th anniversary of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero book, which
cool.
I did that and doing some other stuff for them right now, which I mum's the word on it still, but lots of stuff coming out. I've worked on there. Pretty much all the stuff that I've wanted to work on, I've been able to do so. So I've done like X-Men and all the
That's great.
And
this is
all that stuff.
Fabulous, man. I love this.
Thank you.
Beautiful line work. I mean, I love this. This is you got a great style.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I gotta be honest. Like, whoever you didn't color and ink this, right?
No.
Okay. Whoever did it did a beautiful job, but I love the original pencil and ink.
Oh yeah. Matt Herms, I got to give him props. He's the colorist on that. He's just knocking it out of the park, and
cool.
I couldn't.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. So are these are covers for things for books that you've done? Or some of them are just like playing around with some
these are comic book convention blank covers that people like whenever. Yeah, I don't do many conventions. I only really do New York Comic Con.
I can't believe you do New York Comic Con. I've never seen you. Like, I didn't. I guess I'm aware of you obviously through Infinity Equation, but you kind of just joined them. Like, how long have you been doing that? Like,
I joined them
a couple of years ago.
It's got to be almost 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, I felt like it was
maybe a year and a half,
somewhere
around there.
But it was like within COVID or just prior to COVID and stuff, and there was no New York Comic Con. So I think there was one. Well, it was last year. And I wish I'd known you were there. I didn't even know you were from around here, so I didn't know to even look for you.
Yeah. I've done New York Comic Con every year since even before it was in the Jacob Javits Center. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, since like 2006 or something like that.
Wow.
That's really the only convention I do. And so, anyways, sometimes people they bring blank sketch covers and like do this for me, and That's kind of what you see there. That's the first cover for Godzilla.
That is rad. I love the
Great.
Dragon Zord so
But
much.
yeah, colors by Matt Herms, who just kicked ass on it. So
Yeah, this coloring is great, man. This is
Yeah.
really just love the light bleed.
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But the composition, great composition, man.
Let me tell you about that composition. It's actually paying homage to one of my favorite covers, which is Uncanny X-Men number 213, where it's Wolverine versus Sabretooth. It's the
Oh yeah.
actual.
Yeah.
So if you put those two my cover and that cover next together to each other,
Yes.
it looks they're basically it's the same layout.
That's great.
So Alan Davis was the artist for that. It was like the first issue devoted to Wolverine fighting Sabretooth. So
I remember that cover so well, man. I
Yeah.
did a take on that with him and Lobo in the very
yeah.
similar style. Like when I was wanting to be a comic book artist back in the day. That was such a great cover.
Yeah,
That's so cool. I love it. I love that.
I like to do that. And always give props to the people that actually thought of the original idea and composition. So
Yeah.
it was I have a few wrestling friends and they asked me to do some stuff for them. So
Okay.
this is, I believe, like a t-shirt design that he's using it for.
Wow. Love to see that on a t-shirt. Holy crap. This is beautiful too. I love this line work on this.
Yeah, this is great. I like this sketch a lot.
Thanks. That's super. You know what's funny? Because I was just doing that for fun.
Mhm.
This is really old. I think it's from like 2007 or something like that.
Oh wow.
And I happened to have been in touch with the Star Wars editor when Dark Horse had the license, and I
Mhm.
found this along with some other Star Wars pinups, and they were like, "Hey, you want to draw some Star Wars?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So it's like
yeah.
I give credit to that drawing in particular for getting me my first Star Wars gig.
Beautiful. Great
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Thank you.
Incredible. We'll get back to it for sure.
Yeah.
We'll take you through the news because as you can see, Alex is also a big Star Wars 1-6
Guys, I
collector.
have like 5 hot toys that I haven't even opened yet. I haven't opened any of my toys in the last few months because I've just been busy with the new baby and all that stuff. But
Oh, that's right. Congratulations. Yeah, that's right. You got
thanks.
you got the
Yeah,
kid.
but they're just there waiting. I've got those 3 guys.
I hear you.
I've got video game Spider-Man.
Just pick that dude up. Yeah.
Oh, you got this guy?
Haven't opened it.
Classic
Yep.
Spidey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the classic Spidey. Everybody's getting that, man. Even people who are not hot toy collectors are.
Yeah. It's a great. I mean, the
Mhm.
only drawback, as you guys know, is like what's going to happen to that rubber suit.
Yep.
There you go. Ironhead. That is Alex's nom de plume.
Yep.
In case you don't know. So I'm going to walk you through the news, and then we're going to get into like customs and talking about your collection and stuff like that. But so are you in for any of these so far? These Attack of the Clones figures?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not a big clone guy, but
No, me neither.
I mean, I got to get this clone trooper because he's just like the stock regular clone trooper, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And I love just like the different markings, which symbolize the different ranks and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to army build because it's expensive to army build hot toys.
Gets out of hand way too
TJ's getting
quickly.
4 of them. Right?
What's that?
You getting 4 of them, TJ?
2 to 6. Who knows?
2 to 6,
Yeah.
somewhere in between.
They're
Yeah.
all going to be in the backyard.
They look good together, though. I gotta
Wow.
say.
Yeah. I like the what is that phase
Phase
2?
1?
The Revenge of the Sith helmet.
Yeah, the one in the back there.
Yeah.
I'm all about
Hey.
phase 1.
Tom, can you control this or no?
I probably can. Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue on. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I love the blend between the original clone helmet and then what we ended up seeing in episode 4. It's such a good like transition. We're watching it
Step right.
slowly. Yeah, it's real cool.
Yep.
I don't have the information on the pricing on this guy. TJ, would you be able to look that up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably around 250, 230, 250.
Ooh,
You know, I would like to say that too, but you're getting.
I have the
200?
pricing. Hang on
Okay,
a second.
cool.
We got 230 for the Clone
230.
Trooper.
Okay, not
Yep.
bad.
Q2,
I was-
Q3, 2023.
How is R2D2 more expensive than this clone trooper?
Probably because he has diecast, right? A little bit.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
He's got electronics. He's got
okay.
die
Yeah, I guess
cast. He's got all
lights.
those pieces. magnets.
Which,
it's definitely
the
the
last
magnets.
one that came out, which I have, pretty much is kind of the same figure, if you ask me. I mean, I think the new one has, I think we talked about this last week, Trevor, when we were on the show. It's original trilogy R2, so it's a mix mash of all his different accessories, whereas this one that I have, I think is just based on Empire or Jedi or Empire.
This one?
No, the one that came out before, the last one.
I know we had this discussion.
We did.
I think that was
it's not the Force Awakens one.
No, but they called it like the deluxe R2D2. They did not assign it to a movie, which I think indicates that Sideshow that my understanding is that Sideshow has the rights to the OT droids.
Mentioned that before, which is a very weird way to split up the license. You know, it's like
I mean, it was way back when, you know what I mean, and they had they had been doing some of the early figures, and I think that
surprises me based on the Lukes that we've seen, right? Because they both have done the exact same Lukes. So
they've had they had the Lukes. I don't know if they're just exercising. Somebody said that if they keep making the droids, and you can still go buy C-3PO and R2D2 right now. They're not out of stock. If they keep making them, they keep the license.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the way licenses usually work. I mean, like movie license for sure. That's the way they work too.
Yeah, okay. I thought maybe like it's a finite thing, so like you have it, and like you could later on you could make some more or a different version of it if you have the rights to it, and you're still paying whatever the royalties per year are or whatever. But I guess they have to make them in perpetuity or they lose it. So you just always buy R2D2 and C-3PO from Sideshow.
It's got to be a pretty lengthy license, like a number of years, because I mean,
I'm assuming they're carrying it over from when they used to do the figures, those really basic figures back in the day. I don't know.
And we're talking about 10 years since Sideshow did the 1/6 stuff for Star Wars.
I'd just love to know. Like, I'd love to know if we're ever going to see like an OT C-3PO from Hot Toys, because I'm probably going to pick this up, like I said, just to see what it looks like. I want to see what the die-cast pieces and stuff are like. All right, so that's that. And then we got a clone pilot, which I really like the look of this. This is cool. There's so how many helmets we got going on here? Is this? Well, this is just the pilot in the front. Yeah, I love because this is the Macquarie design. Yeah, I
also love that they're including stuff from the Clone Wars cartoon, because I'm like more into the Clone Wars cartoon than I am into anything original or pre-trilogy.
Oh hell yeah, for sure, definitely. TJ, what do you think?
I probably not, because I'm going to need a ship.
You what?
I need a ship.
For this?
For that? Yeah.
What's a pilot without a ship? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have the TIE Fighter pilot?
No.
Okay.
That's okay. If they do release a ship, it's going in the garage.
Where's your car going to go?
It's only going to fit in the garage.
Doesn't matter where the car goes at that point, please.
Doesn't matter. There's a driveway. There's the streets.
Oh man.
I mean, it looks really cool, but it does look really cool.
This looks really cool.
I don't even.
I do like this.
Movies. This pilot.
This may just be a Clone Wars thing. I don't know. Although this is Attack of the Clones, so.
Well, this probably is the Clone Wars cartoon.
Animated, it says animated there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
the other helmet is from the movie. This is just from the cartoon.
Right. So this is the alt look for it. Yeah.
Which is what they should be doing for a lot of these figures. They should be doing a cartoon head and
right.
Yeah.
I know you said, Trevor, that you love your Ahsoka Clone Wars, but
I do.
Don't you think they should have included like you just said that they should have included like a Rosario Dawson portrait also? Or you think it's close?
Well, no, because the outfit's different for the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka. It's a different era.
But I mean they're releasing that Clone Wars Anakin with the staff has what's his name's face
Hayden
on.
Christensen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they should have done with that is what Sideshow's doing, where it should have been, here's your live action Anakin, for what we saw during that time frame. Here is your animated, kind of like sculpted animated look.
Stylized.
Because they did that with the What If figures in the Marvel line.
Right.
They actually did they showed that they could do that really well. And that would have made that buy-in on those Clone Wars figures a lot better if they had come with both looks, because you appease both fans, right?
Right.
Live action and animated fans.
I do think that the Ahsoka that they did, there's a bit of Rosario Dawson in that, because it is their interpretation of what a cartoon would look like in real life, and I think they definitely aged down Rosario Dawson a little bit and put a tinge of that in there. So I think they kind of did that. But I wouldn't want something that looks exactly like her. With that.
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't need that when we're getting the Rosario Dawson exact figure for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, but I know what Alex is saying. It's like all the other ones that are from the Clone Wars. The staff.
Oh no, I agree. But see, what I would say is take what Alex is saying and do exactly what they did would be what's almost the live action look, and then give me an actual like animated looking head. That's what the pack that I would have liked would be that, because I want something that looks like what the Clone Wars cartoon looks like, and then as well as the sculpt, which actually has more, human rounder features instead of those like sharp lines that we got in the cartoon. I thought that would make a great shelf presence.
Okay, that's the wrong box, but you get it. Comes in this.
I get it.
I guess I mixed these up. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Little thumbnails. Yeah, I mean, all right. So this guy is again, I think 235.
Those are good deals for both helmets, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean 230, man. This is what you're paying bare minimum for a hot toy at this point.
Yes,
270 seems to be the average for anything that has a human sculpt on it is pretty much in that 270 range, and anything that you can get away with, like a stormtrooper or something like that, is in the in the 235 with minimal hands and basically a gun or a couple of little weapons and stuff. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's what I mean by when I say good deal. I mean it's a good deal in comparison to the 270 of the regular figures, or 285.
You will take it and you will like it.
Look at this guy.
And the probably my least favorite thing in all of Star Wars, the they do look cool, man, and I'll probably have to pick one up just because they look
You can't pick one up, you got to get 4.
No.
I'm only getting 2.
Yeah, as when it comes to like army building hot toys, like I said, 2 is my limit. I think I got Squirrel Guards and 2 Scout Troopers. And
I like
pretty cool that you can do this. Yeah. Exactly. That's pretty cool. Do like that. And this is a bargain, man. This is $190.
Really? Wow.
$190.
That's exactly what I see when I see a 190 price tag. I'm like, wow, what a bargain!
What a bargain
every day.
I ought to buy 2 just to have a backup. Yeah, I mean, you got the 3PO head. I don't know.
That's a terrible scene. I hate that scene.
It's so horrible. It's so horrible.
Yeah.
God, slapstick.
Wait, so it
slapstick
comes
comedy in
head?
Star Wars. What's that?
It comes with a 3PO head?
It does. It does come with the 3PO
So
head.
if I buy 3 of these, I get 3 3PO heads?
3,
and if you get R2D2, you also get a 4th 3PO head.
Yeah.
And then if you get C3PO,
if you buy 3PO, you get a 5th 3PO head.
And you get a second battle droid head with a 3PO.
Yay.
All of which will stay in the
Oh my God. How dare they keep teasing out Mace Windu?
I know, right? And it's not even, you don't even see like the back of his head. So it's not like they necessarily have this in production. I cannot imagine that they're not going to, the purple lightsaber they photoshopped. I can't imagine that this isn't coming out during Celebration, but I don't know. That's just a pair of hands, basically.
Yeah, maybe at earliest they'll preview it for San Diego Comic-Con online, or they're going to do it at the.
Yeah, you don't think they'll do it at Celebration?
Celebration's big into Attack of the Clones this year because of the 20th. So.
Well, I mean, what's the history with them unveiling Hot Toy stuff there? I mean,
Sideshow will have a booth there since it's in California. Actually, they were in Florida too, and Chicago, I think.
Sideshow will go anywhere.
And they have done that before. They have had a couple of unique figures before. So
they do stuff for a lot of the conventions around this area. Like even D23, the Disney show, had that Captain America, for,
right?
Endgame. So
there you go. Money's all over it already. Yeah, looking forward to Mace Windu. Definite pickup for Mace Windu.
I mean, they usually end up, even if it's a year later or whatever, they usually end up putting out the preview figures. Like, I mean, maybe not though, because I remember for that Leia, Bespin Leia, they had
Han Solo,
and then they also.
Let's not talk about ESB Han. That has been constant tease and never comes to fruition.
I know, they're just really edgy.
Never. All right, moving on because we got a ton of Super Battle Droid as well. I guess I don't know, maybe
they showed that guy off at San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I think they did have this in previews before. Yeah, you're right. I'm expecting Padme as well. I mean, I can't imagine we're going to get past Celebration without having Padme come out.
They previewed her at same Comic-Con.
Yeah,
she's been around for 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
It's funny because that Bespin Luke that they just put up for pre-order.
That's been.
I don't know if it's the same exact sculpt, but it's not right. They
no.
A number of years ago, like 3 years ago, something like that. And
I think we first saw that at San Diego Comic-Con. We were there, Tom. They showed it off, and they had the Jedi Luke head on it, I think, just for placeholders. Yeah. So I mean, 190. There you go. Ugh, I don't know. At least it's got a different base. Different sand base.
Yes.
To the dismay of Anakins everywhere.
That's right.
More sand.
All right, 190. Bargain.
Right. Getting 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
So now this, I don't know. So I'm gonna attribute this to HotToys_artist on Instagram because that's what TJ got it from. But he said he got it from Facebook. I couldn't find it on Facebook.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
So supposedly, it's got the logo up there, although they've been putting that at the bottom of everything. So I don't know how real this is.
Yeah. They also don't shoot anything on the black background anymore. That's like an old school Hot Toys thing.
Were
any of the pictures before on the black background that we just went through?
No. Well, they did have some studio shots, actually. Yeah. They did have a couple of...
Okay, all right. There was one. All right.
Yeah, but those were like on the stand, and they had like some light behind them. This is completely different than anything, and unless somebody just soloed this out from whatever maybe it was on display at a show or something like that. Although the lighting's pretty nice, I don't know. So this could be real. This could be complete bullshit.
I think it's real.
No idea.
It's awesome if real. I think it's real cool.
Big if real. Big if true.
If it's real.
What's that again?
How much do you think it's going to go for if it's real? 4.5.
Oof, good lord, who knows, man?
I'm going to say 485. Just thinking about the DX Mall, who comes with the vehicle that's about that size, with not as much even articulation or anything.
At least
he was around that.
How much?
I mean, if you figure the Trooper is 230, yeah, you're right. Like 250 for the vehicle, 485. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Good price. Good guess. You okay?
Oh, you brought the dog down. Okay, that's where you're crying.
Yeah. I get it. All right. Van Toys or Yan Toys?
Yeah.
Van Toys.
Well, this is German, right?
Van Toys?
No, that would be if it were a W. Sorry.
Van Toys would be VON, but Van Toys. Never heard of them, but they could be just another front for somebody else. Who knows? Puzzle Man, Riddler.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks good.
Yeah. The glasses are a little funky.
You can't screw this up, though, really. It's just a bag. The guy wears a bag.
Really not a hard one to... Good Lord, man. That's picked up by the microphone. Thank you. Hacking up a lung here.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah.
He's fine. He does it all the time.
When we have dogs, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, but literally like G.I. Joe boots and some pants and like this is... There you go. 154 Q4 2022. So you can get this.
I'm kind of into this.
happy to see it like a unlicensed figure be under the like 180 price range, because that's kind of where it should be if they're not paying for a license or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 150.
I know those
is the
are
right
creeping
spot.
up too, man, into the
Yeah.
200s. And it's like, dude, where are you getting this? You know, I mean, I know prices are creeping up, shipping's creeping up and everything, but
Inflation.
motherfucker, you ain't paying any kind of royalties for this thing. Like, this should not be $220.
No.
Okay. Oh, really? Oh, Jordan ordered this so
Yeah.
fast. Couldn't
That
resist
doesn't
for
surprise me
price.
at all. Jordan gets a lot of these, and like, it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, for that price, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
take a chance, and you got something on the shelf for a while, and you can always sell it if something better comes out.
Yep.
But again, really, the only thing you're going to be seeing, and this is part of what we're going to be talking about with customs, if we can ever get through the news. The tailoring and stuff may matter to you. It may not, buddy. What are you doing?
Tailoring though on this doesn't look bad.
It doesn't
especially
look
for
horrible
150.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look bad.
And what is the Hot Toys really going to do over this? Maybe come with a Paul Dano sculpt.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that would be. But he never even dressed like this without the mask. So like you wouldn't really have him.
Because when you see him in the diner, he's wearing something else.
Yep. So, yeah, decent, nice, well done. Was this Toys Era? No, wait a minute. Who's this?
No.
Present Toys. Present Toys just did that Indiana Jones that everybody was loving. Now Present Toys with the Indiana Jones ripped off some sculptors. Not happy about them.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was one of them was I think an Inigo sculpt.
Wow.
That they stole. Yeah. So.
That's the last few years I've seen a lot more of that happening.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, that's happening a lot. So one of the well, we'll get to another thing, but it turned out it wasn't. But this unique sculpt, I think. I don't think this is anybody's sculpt, but it's a little Tom Cruise-ish there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not as. I don't think it's as Arnold as even the older Hot Toys releases.
No,
definitely not.
it's nice. Now here's the thing: this jacket is leather. Real leather, as was the Indiana Jones. Now, see, I saw a review on the Indiana Jones that had a leather jacket, and it's stiff as hell because it's leather. And,
Real leather
looks
stiff.
ridiculous and kind of big because it's leather.
Yeah.
Not really, a huge fan unless you've got the really precise tailoring on this thing. This looks pretty good. I mean, a bigger body could help with that in that respect. So we'll see, but. I mean, it doesn't look bad body-wise. I mean, the sculpt looks good with the glasses on. That looks decent.
Yeah, if you hide 25% of his face, it looks okay. The body looks great.
15%, really. I mean, No, okay. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty good with the glasses.
I mean, it looks like as good as the CG one from Salvation. Really.
Okay.
I really don't think it looks great, but sculpt.
Nah, I mean it's a little bit too much of a forehead on him, and
it's also the forehead's coming out a little bit. It's protruding.
It flares out a little bit, right? Yeah, it looks like he's got water on the brain or something like that.
If I made this character in a WrestleMania, like a WWE video game character creator, I would think this would be a great Terminator for that game.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like this right here. I don't know if it's the lighting on it, but it's approaching that damn toys, those diamond.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Where they're like caricatures of
the gangsters or whatever they're called.
Right.
Gangsters Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Future Warrior is sub 200 though, 195.
Okay, so he's a battle droid.
They have a.
I mean, what's that?
Do they have a shot of everything that it comes with?
I don't. Yep, there you go. Boom.
Okay.
It's a light package, but
I mean, these are the kind of things that we're going to talk about with customs. Like this is these days we didn't have. I mean, back in my day, Alex knows. Like it was tough to find any kind of basis for something that was like not all right, not the Terminator. There was plenty of Terminators, or at least you could get the Hot Toys Terminator. But some of the figures that are coming out now, you couldn't even get a basis for it. You had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
At this point, you could get a decent sculpt for this, and this could be a pretty good figure. You know what I mean? Like it could. You've got the accoutrements, you've got all the, the guns. I'm assuming screen appropriate guns and the gloves and stuff like that, and a decent body for it. A good sculpt. you got a good Terminator.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where is the Conan Arnold 1/6 scale figure? Like, I know that has to be like a seamless body, something like that, but like
they did one.
who?
I think Caustic Plastic did it
Yeah.
because I know that Dario Barbera, who did my paint and hair on my Braveheart, he's a big. He's big. Dude's like ripped.
Yeah, and
he did. It. He worked on it, so I think that was either. I don't know, Alex. Was that a limited run of customs, or was that an official?
No. I think it was
plastic?
like a mass release, or
okay.
But I think they even sold
expensive,
it.
Though.
Yeah, but I think they even sold it. Like you could buy the head and the sword, like the accessories and head sculpt separate. Yep. You could also buy the body separately, and then you could also buy everything, all in one.
Were they like recommending a specific fighting body for it, that kind of thing? Like, oh, it works perfectly.
No, they had a caustic body for it.
Yeah, they it looked really good. I'll see if I can pull it up, Tom. If you
don't stress for it, because I mean, like, I would love to see a great one of those, like, because Arnold has had a storied career, and as much as I see a lot of people doing, third-party ones of the T800, like, I would love to see a Conan. But if one exists, then maybe it's about time for someone to redo it.
I will find it in a second.
I would love to get an official release of the Conan and the cami, the white and black cami at the end of the film when he's infiltrating the James Earl Jones's palace or whatever.
Palace,
yeah. I've seen a lot of guys, customize that Fison body, paint it white and just black stripes and just go to town on it. But never anything official, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's a missing market.
Yeah. I wonder if the Hot Toys, do they still have the they're not doing anything Terminator. They haven't done anything Terminator.
They haven't done anything in a long time. Well, they did the didn't they do an Arnold from the newest movie, the Old Man Arnold?
Right. Yeah. They did.
That was the latest.
Not the last one, but the one before that, the movie before that, I think.
Yes, because I feel like Old Man Arnold keeps returning. They're like, oh, he's old now every time.
Yeah. No. Maybe they did release, because in the last movie he had a beard, right?
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I watched it in the background.
Yeah.
So I want to say that they did release an Arnold with the beard, didn't? Or maybe it's a third party that did that. Yeah.
Is this it? Wait, I'm trying to. Come on.
Yeah, it's man. I would love to see Hot Toys just take a stab at some of these movies again, because they've been so going hard in Disney properties and DC that I feel like it's a missing opportunity to just drop one of these every now and again, just to surprise people.
Yeah, I think they need to spread their wings more, outside of the superhero and even Star Wars realm. It's like.
Well, I got something coming up that I'd like to see. I think it's the next thing, actually, right after this. Okay, this is not good necessarily, but I mean, it's like almost David Bowie mated with what the hell's his name from The Fly?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, right? It's got a little Jeff Goldblum in it. But I mean, the tailoring is pretty nice on it. It's not bad.
I think that open mouth sculpt looks more Bowie-ish than, or was is it the same sculpt as before? There's two different.
There's two sculpts, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there might be three. I don't know if this is the closed mouth.
That's the same one as the one we just saw. They just shoved a saxophone in it.
Oh, you're right. Yep, that's it. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the sculpt is way off, but I would love to see.
The features are there. It's just the ears are too big. I don't know what it is.
Wide. The eyes are off too.
Yeah, they're a little big.
It's not right. It's just not right. It looks like it's bordering on caricature almost. Like it's a caricature of Bowie, but it's not Bowie. K.A. Kim did some great, incredible Bowie sculpts.
For Molecule?
You saw those? Yeah, for Molecule 8 that they apparently took and never paid her for, and I don't know where they are today. But
I was just going to ask what's going on with them, because
who knows whether or not she's even got, because I think she's a traditional sculptor, so whether or not anybody's got those molds, or what are you going to do? She sent it to him; it's gone. Basically. Yeah, exactly.
Releasing
Lenny
that
just said
Lennon
that.
figure,
Yep.
though, right?
Yeah, I got the Lennon figure. It was, it was good.
Mhm.
We were talking about that earlier in the hopes that InArt doesn't, they're not going to have the same. They're not going to do the same thing that they did. Obviously, they're an established company, but just I was saying about the over promising, under delivering on time. But I want to see more musicians, man. That actually looks pretty good there. That's not too bad right there at that angle.
I think all these sculpts will work from certain angles more than others for sure. Because
this is the same company that I think did the Freddie Mercury, which was not great. But again, you got the entire body. I mean, I bought it. I don't know if I got the custom of this that Rain Man did the sculpt for, and I think it was Yunsel did the clothing for as well. Really nice, but like everything was there. A full metal microphone that I bought. I know these guys are going to bust my balls, but like, I mean, it's there. You get it in plastic, but it's there. It's the same thing. It looks great, and you can have it for sub $200 for sure. So this is Wind Sea Studio. Yet another studio. Under Pressure Bowie, $150. Again, get a sculpt, get somebody to do a sculpt, or get a run on a sculpt, and you got the clothing there. It's not too bad if it looks like that. It's all right. Yeah. I don't really have much on this because I couldn't find the pictures for both this, Tom. I don't know if you want to pull up the young rich housekeeper.
I only saw that
we
one
just want to talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about it. It's
That's
all right. That's the
Yes.
Alfred. Yeah, it's all right looking. As is this. Okay looking. Lots of good accessories if you're into this look for Cyborg Victor. I don't know. I don't care.
I'm having exactly the problem you had yesterday, Trevor, where I Googled young rich housekeeper, and now I have
Alex,
a very
you were
specific Google search results, and I don't think I can share these.
you're like I put in young rich figure housekeeper, and the results were not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
It didn't really work out.
Suddenly
Yeah.
close,
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. Young Rich did a pretty good job on some of the Into the Spider-Verse stuff. Some of it was
the Peter B was very questionable, but I think the
Yeah.
Miles was
was
solid
decent.
until we saw Hot Toys decide to step up finally.
correct, right? Yeah. So I think who has these? Kitchen.
Yes, 1/6 Kit has these
1/6
guys both
Kit
on.
has
I've
these.
seen Victor on a couple of sites, but I have only
Okay.
saw the Housekeeper, which is Alfred from the Batfleck movies. So it's Jeremy Irons, only on 1/6 Kit.
And it's okay. Take a look at it on your own. It's all right.
But he did a decent job with the sculpt on him, I think.
Yeah, you thought so? I don't know.
I mean, the picture I saw.
I mean,
was
they were
tiny.
postage stamps. So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. He's really got to change that. Okay, so this is the last and probably the bigger. We got two count them, two vultures that are competing head to head with the Jazz Inc. vulture, which was his first full figure, which was $600. Wingspan of 51 inches. I got a comparison at the end of this thing, but this was the Eternal Toys Air Predator. So this is Eternal Toys. I know I've heard of Eternal Toys. I couldn't tell you what they've done.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But a lot of accusations again about ripping off. But from what I can tell, looking at the wings, especially that little arm that comes out from the shoulder there, they're all different.
Yeah.
And the size of the rotors is different on them. Like this one is closer to the size, but not the same size, wingspan wise, as the Jazz Inc. And the other one, the Toys Era?
Toys
Era
Yeah.
is even smaller. Like they kind of like cropped it up and made it more shelf friendly, sort of. So,
Are any of these guys reusing the head sculpt, the helmeted sculpt that came with the deluxe Spider-Man?
don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I'm like, if I were one of them and I was trying to cut corners, if you're going to steal sculpt, steal from Hot Toys, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting too because this has been out and it's I say only $600 in terms of somebody buying it with the express purpose of, casting it, ripping it off. It's a pretty cheap investment in, a full figure like this that people are going to want. But again, so far, I don't see anything. I haven't gone over with a microscope, but like, I don't see that it's the same thing that he's put out. So, they've obviously taken some cues from him, and I'm sure, they've figured out, ways to do certain things, this exoskeleton and stuff. Oof. Yeah.
I know it's
they definitely didn't take the sculpt. Although the Jazz Inc. sculpt is good. That was a Rocco sculpt, which Rocco's like, he's good.
Oh, is that did the sculpt for Jazz Inc.?
Yeah, he's good, and he's had some great stuff. I have a couple Rocco sculpts. I always find his foreheads to be a little big.
Yeah,
every time.
Rocco Tartamel is a hit or miss for me sometimes. Most of the time.
Sometimes. Yeah. But he's done some beautiful stuff. He did a Travis Bickle that was really nice. But yeah, this is not great.
You know who that kind of looks like to me? Like if Norm Macdonald and Michael Keaton got together.
It's totally Norm Macdonald. That's great. Norm Macdonald and who?
And Michael Keaton. If they had
Michael
a child together, that would be this. And you age that child up to like
this is true.
80.
So the fur, everybody. Well, I got a comparison of that too. So you get a bunch of stuff with this. This one is $340.
Okay.
Q3 2022. You'll be able to get this by the end of the year.
The Vulture version looks pretty cool.
Does?
Like it. Yep.
Which is how you're going to have it on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm not putting Michael Keaton, that weird ass Michael Keaton head on there.
No, I mean, even if you had a good Michael Keaton, how often are you going to put the good Michael Keaton?
I would use it for some shots when he's talking to Spider-Man, and that's basically
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Most people are not going to do it.
Okay,
so Toys Era looks nice. Yeah, definitely looks nice. The fur on the collar, I think color-wise is a little more accurate, although it should be dirtier, but fluffier and not the right sort of consistency as this is. That's a little more closer to what was in the movie. But a much better sculpt, definitely. This has got LED lights. I think the other one had LED lights in the helmet.
Oh, the wings do look small.
Yeah, so the wings are really, really tiny. You'll see. It's the comparison's really shocking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shocking. It's just.
I am shocked.
I know. But I like the jacket on this. I like the clothing better on this one. It looks a little less toyish.
The fur is the only thing bringing this one down, actually.
It is. And I think you could dirty that up and sort of like thin it out with some water and stuff and make it look good. It's not a deal breaker. But the
wings.
Yeah, look at the size of those wings. I mean, the rotors are huge on this, and then the wings don't go out much beyond that. So, but that looks great. I mean, if you did want a Michael Keaton head on there, that looks pretty damn convincing. I mean, I don't really care for the accuracy on this. I think the accuracy is like insane in terms of the wingspan. But I mean, if you're a stickler for that, then this isn't the one for you.
Yeah, I think there's a perfect figure if you bought both of them and kind of bash them together. Yeah, there's something there.
Yep. I don't think Jazz Inc. had any. They didn't include a gun, so you didn't have that. So you're getting that with these as well. I think both of them have the gun. But here's some comparisons. So the top is Jazz Inc.
Okay.
51 inches. The middle is the Eternal Toys, and then the bottom is Toys Air, which isn't a perfect, obviously, straight-on shot, but you can see, just even looking at the wing.
I actually like the
style.
Eternal Toys wings the best, I think, of all of them.
Yeah.
The Jazz Inc. ones are a little bit too big, actually.
Yeah, they're clunky right behind him in a way that looks too. I don't know.
There are some things sometimes with Jazz Inc. where they tend to, and I'm sure these are plastic, not resin or anything like that. But although I don't know, I don't have it. I know they're heavy. I know they need to be held up by like a stand of their own. But they do tend to be a little bit, like, things tend to be a little big and heavy sometimes, and if you can cast this, and obviously if this is plastic, it's going to be a lot lighter and a little bit more, detailed. Yeah, I think you're right, Tom. I like the way that looks.
Yeah.
And if I had to pick one for the price, don't know. Probably.
What's the
I'd
price on
probably
the
go with
Toys
that.
Era?
Oh, good point. Toys Era is $340, so they're exactly the same price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
so-
I like the details in like the pants and the jacket, as you said on Toys Era, but then I think everything
yeah.
else
If you
I
could
like the Eternal
combine
toys.
the two,
Yeah.
but then you may as well, you're going to get a nice quality figure with Jazz Ink for $600. May as well go with that.
I just wish that Hot Toys finished what they had shown
I
off
know.
at Comic-Con like 4 years ago and
Mhm.
just did it.
Now I wonder with him like hovering in the background of a crappy movie, but I wonder if they do bring him back for a Sinister Six type of thing, if Hot Toys then decides, hey, look at people are putting it out and it's not crazy, maybe we can reduce the size of the wings, not have it be perfectly film accurate to fit in a box. Maybe we'll do it. I don't know.
I think if he shows up again, Hot Toys will do it. But I don't think if he doesn't show up again, I know he shows up briefly in the Morbius movie. Which I still haven't seen yet. But if he shows up in costume again with these wings, I think Hot Toys will finally.
But think about again, Tom, like you were saying earlier, the non-licensed stuff is $340 for this figure. How much is that going to be licensed? Michael Keaton can't be cheap in terms of likeness. It's Marvel on top of that. It's got to be pushing $550 something.
Yeah, I was thinking 585. I like that 85 number. 585, maybe 620 something around there.
$1.
I mean, I would buy it for $1. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Get RoboCop in here. I'd buy it for $1.
Yeah. All right. So we got to the news. An hour and 15 minutes.
I feel like something's missing. Which is bizarre. I know we went through so much, but I felt like there's something.
You know what is missing? Yeah, Storm.
Storm Sub-Zero. That's up for pre-order now.
Which we kind of looked at before. I think there's more pictures of it, right?
There's a lot more pictures. He comes with more accessories, things like that. He looks great. Again,
he does look
Storm
good.
is unproven in the 1/6 world, so I don't know.
That's right. I meant to ask you to like grab those pictures because I just don't have time to do it, but that's fine.
Yep. Take
a look at it, Storm. We took a look at it. They're looking good. Those arms are weird. I don't really understand the.
It's the same joints they're using on their 8-inch, 7-inch figures.
Yeah, I mean you can do double joints without them looking that strange. You know what I mean? It's really looking weird.
No, you don't have pictures of the Gandalf from.
I do not. If you want to try and pull it up, let me see if I can get an in art up here. It's another like vague. I got it.
They showed a straight on shot, so I kind of want to just know what you guys thought. I know.
Do I have it?
In our text thread, you guys were kind of creaming yourselves over it a little bit, so I don't know if he's still kept that.
Here it is. Yeah, there it is. Hang on a second. Stop. Share.
TJ, you gonna get the in art Gandalf? You think?
It's a strong, maybe yes, possibly.
So now,
great.
First glance, I'm like, this is great, and then somebody did put it up against the Asmus
Crown,
and there are things about the Asmus that I think are better. I think they haven't quite gotten the eyes, although the eyes with the Asmus suffered from. I'm going to assume they're putting purrs in this as well. I don't know. Wait a minute, did they do purrs on the Joker?
They did do purrs on the Joker.
Yeah, so they're.
So we hope that is a thing for Queen, that they're going to be doing purrs and everything.
Correct. Right.
But we don't know.
We don't know, but I do like the beard and the amount of hair around the mustache. If that stays accurate to the final and not just the prototype, it's much better than Asmus. Just the fall of the hair and the look of the hair is. I got it to look like this, but it took some work.
I like the.
There is something around the eyes that's just not quite there when you look at it side by side with Asmus.
I just don't know if it's enough to make me sell my Asmus crown to jump to this just yet. I need to see more.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could find the comparison that somebody did, but listen. It looks great. It almost does. I think it's the exact same material that Asmus used.
The costume does look it.
It looks like the same, which I was hoping for something a little. I guess that's good. It does work.
I mean, it's kind of how it looked in the movie.
Yeah, it was a little canvasy, right? It was a little okay. It's gonna be my third Gandalf, and I'll have to see, man. I'll just have to get it in hand and see
They'll
what's
all
going
be better
on
than
there.
the first one. Well, we know that, Trevor. So I guess that's good.
That thing was ridiculous, man. And I remember back in the day, I was like, Gandalf, oh, this looks great. Yeah, it's not so much. All right, so there you go. There's the news. That's the news. We are going to talk a little bit about more with Alex, like about his collection, and we got into it the other day on the Infinity Equation Drive and Dante Nuts, talking about customs and the world of customs in 1/6, and found out he was on Sideshow Freaks. Not that that's like there's a lot of people on Sideshow Freaks, and but there's not a lot of people I've met in person. There's only a handful of people that I know, who were on there. What was your handle on there anyway? Was it Ironhead?
Geez.
I was comatose. Like, it doesn't make any.
Yeah, it was. I think it's. I haven't been on Sideshow Freaks in a while.
Me neither. Because everything's moved over to the other site.
Ever since the split up that, I guess Hot Toys or Sideshow didn't want them showing their product on there anymore because some section. So my handle is Ironhead577 on there.
Oh, okay, nice. I think I remember seeing that actually. When I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I remember seeing a comment. This thing was, there was a Sideshow collector's website, which is a big board, and they had everything. You could go on there and talk about every hot toy figure and every other figure that came out. But they also had a custom section, and it was where everything happened, man. That was where everything was put together. Interest threads were made. Is anybody interested in an Oompa Loompa or whatever the hell it was? You know what I mean? And you'd say, yeah, interested. These are regular people sort of organizing these runs of head sculpts, shoes, weapons, clothing, especially, and then organizing them, basically dealing with the manufacturers over in Hong Kong or somebody they knew, whether it's a sculptor in Europe or here or whatever, coordinating it, collecting the money, sending them out. It was a whole.
Yeah,
I don't even know how you liken it. Like, it was like, what's that?
And then Sideshow went and killed it all.
Well, Sideshow. So they had a thing where the site itself was earning money with all sorts of Sideshow advertising all over it, and they were an affiliate. So every time anybody clicked on a link in there to say, this looks really good, I'm going to go buy it. And then Sideshow a couple of years ago came out to even the Facebook groups and said, we don't want anybody discussing customs. We don't want anybody even posting pictures of a custom. If you do that, you're going to lose your affiliation link. And for a lot of these Facebook groups and for Sideshow Collectors.com, it was a moneymaker. So they said, okay.
Well, someone has to pay for those server costs, right? For keeping up all those message boards
and
all that stuff. Like, that's
expensive
money.
I know the guy who ran it, who still runs it, and it's not like he was making a ton of money on it. You know what I mean? It was like
just enough to kind of cover the
it was a side hustle basically, and he made a little money on it. But I mean, the cost of, like you said, the cost of running it, especially as popular as it was, did not outweigh that. So he kind of offloaded all that stuff onto another site, which will go unnamed.
Yeah.
But it's out there.
Is that new site as popular with the custom stuff as it was when it was back on?
It's going now, but it's lacking. It's weird to say this because you sound like one of these people that I've always heard. When I first got on there was already people who were like, "Well, it's not like it was back in the day."
Yeah.
But it's not like it was back in the day.
Yeah.
It's still there.
I got too, because I used to like you mentioned I used to do the whole interest thread things when I would do my figure runs, and I checked it out once they split from the site, and it was kind of underwhelming. And
it was at first. It's picked up a little bit, and some of those people have really kind of migrated over there. But what I find now is that there's a lot of and this was, people would complain about this back then. I don't know if you remember this, TJ, but I'm just going to throw up an interest for something, it's some random thing, I want a Billie Eilish figure, and two people, and then somebody else would do the same thing, whatever, a week, a month later, and it's like nobody's even responding to these things, or you got a dozen people. Are you going to go through with it? Or you're not going to go through with it? What's happening? So there's getting to be more and more stuff that you got to weed through to find stuff that's actually happening. It's being made by somebody you know who they are.
Yeah.
Somebody that you've dealt with before who isn't just going to, because there were incidents. I mean, this is the thing about how customs are done like this, that there were people, infamous people, who did a run of, I think it was a tombstone figure or a couple tombstone figures, took a ton of money and never heard from them again. They strung along for a year, 2 years. Now, for anybody who's not into this stuff, you got to realize you start a run for a clothing set for the Joker, let's say. You get interest and you give a cutoff date. Like, this is all right. This is it. So now it's going to, I've talked to the seamstress in Korea. She said, if I get 40 of them, it's going to cost this. If I get 50 of them, it's going to cost that. Let's get as many people as we can to get the price down. So then you get 40 people interested. Then you ask for the money, and then 10 people drop out. And now you got 30, and it's like, okay, we only got 30 people. Now it's going to be $50 more per person. Put it in. And this is, I've done one of these. I did one of these for this guy right here. So I did this whole clothing run for Tony Soprano. And it was the first and the last one I ever did, because it was a super pain in the ass. Tracking people down for money, keeping track of who's paid what, shipping to different countries is going to cost differently. And then just keeping on top of, this was a Yunsel run, keeping on top of Yunsel, making sure that she's doing things, posting pictures of it up there and having people come back. And then you're like, oh, this is off. That stripe isn't right. I don't think the zipper looks right. The seam should be a quarter of a centimeter higher. You know, it's like, okay, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, man. So it was tough, and I mean, the things were expensive for that reason, and people who were doing them did them for passion. And honestly, if you ran the run, you got a little bit of a discount on your own piece, which some people didn't even realize. And then like suddenly you'd say, oh, this guy got a free suit. I'm like, dude, do you have any idea how much work I did for this run? How much time this took out of my life? Like, come on, man, give me a break. But yeah, I mean, it was fun though. And there was some great stuff came out of that. And there was some great artists that I was introduced to. Jake Ramier was on there. And, that's where I found out about K.A. Kim, because she would actually do some stuff every once in a while. Balloon Man, all sorts of great stuff.
It seems like everyone's primarily moved into the Facebook groups for that kind of stuff now, though, right?
Well, it's funny because right after Sideshow pulled pulled the rug out from underneath some of the Facebook groups and from Sideshow Collectors, I immediately was talking to the guy who ran it, and he's like, I gotta take this stuff down. We're gonna offload it onto another site. I got a guy who's gonna do it. And I'm like, this is gonna fall apart. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say I took advantage of it, but just in hopes of keeping things alive, I started a Facebook group called Custom 1/6, and I think there's 3,000 people on there. I don't even pay attention to it much anymore. Like, I go on there, there's people who are selling stuff. I wanted it to kind of become that, you know what I mean? But Facebook is not a good place for that, because keeping threads and stuff like that is very tough. It's a lot of tracking, and it's Facebook. Yeah. So it's still a great place to sell things and for people to put up, hey, we have a run going on over on that other site. But it's not the same. So it's a little different, but there's still things going on. There's still things happening. I've got about five or six different, I'm in on about six different runs right now. I think my 2 or 3 Joaquin Joker outfits, now that InArt is going to do one. Now I've got, And that is the other thing about it. Like, I have an Anakin Skywalker. I had it a year before everybody else did, or 2 years. But then Hot Toys eventually came out with it. So it's an impatience thing, and it's a thing where you might want a higher quality product in terms of clothing and stuff like that. But it's not for everybody, because it's pricey. It's pricey stuff. How many do you have, Alex? Do you have a
Customs?
lot of? Yeah.
Well, I build a lot of my own customs, so I have.
Okay, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other part of it, right?
I have an entire X-Men team, which
Wow.
is I mean, I didn't build all of them. Like I have a once customs Beast figure.
Okay.
So I'd say about, as far as customs, probably like around 20 to 30.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot bigger than like a lot of people's Hot Toys collection. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how many of those would you say were put together, or you got into pieces and runs and stuff on Sideshow Collectibles?
It's tricky to say because there are some figures where from scratch I customize them, and then there are some figures like my brown suit Wolverine where I just took the Sideshow Wolverine that they came out with, brown and yellow suit.
Yep.
And my thing with my X-Men figures is that I want to get comic book accurate outfits, but with the likeness of the actors that portrayed them in the movies.
Oh.
So I have a Hugh Jackman. I have a couple of Hugh Jackman sculpts that I got rooted hair on, and then I also took the Sideshow cowl head sculpt and removed the jaw and put the Hugh Jackman face underneath it. So I have kind of mixed match of some of the figures, and then there's some figures that I just never really end up putting together. 2 or 3 years later, I'm like, I'm gonna get to that one day, and it's just
that's the other thing. Yeah, I again, like, you get caught up on it. We talked about this on Infinity Equation, but like I ended up with a Jimmy Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life sculpt, and I'm like, I just, it's still a sculpt, and it's unpainted. I never put together. I looked for Chloe. I think Bree did. I think she put hers together. It looked really, really good.
I think that's one of those flash in the pan things, though, right? It's like you get that moment, you're like, I'm really going to go and build this figure, and then you start doing it, and then after a while, things go on, and that idea kind of tempers down, and you kind of just trickle off.
It's just like toy collecting. It's like, I'm gonna totally shoot this thing. Like for photography wise, it's like I'm totally gonna shoot this thing, and then you never do. Yeah. But it's your only chance to get it. You don't want to miss on it. It's FOMO, whatever. And especially with these things, it's not as if like there's hundreds of them out there. There's like a run of 20 or 30 sculpts, and it's like, if you want it, and if you ever think you might want a Jimmy Stewart sculpt from It's a Wonderful Life, get it. I
don't know how many of those you'll see out there outside of that.
That's the thing, and that's what this was great for. It was figures that, like, I have one of my customs is Don Draper from Mad Men. Like, you're not going to get a Don Draper figure. Nobody's making Toys R Us is not making a Don Draper figure. It's never going to happen. But if you like the show and you want a Don Draper figure, there you go. There's your, $350 outfit for Don Draper, your sculpt, custom sculpt for a couple $100, okay, so, but you get caught up in it. You get caught up and you're like, oh, I don't want to miss out on that. It looks really good. It's going to be one of the things. And there are things like my Han Solo, which is, I don't know if I can grab him with the dog on my lap, but this was Janix Shin. And this hit, like, people saw this because the Hot Toys one was not great. And there had been other ones that had come out third-party, not even third-party custom figures, but just like a head that you could get from, like, 1/6 kit or something. And this thing came out and people saw it painted and they were like, wow, damn, this is Harrison Ford. This is great. And I happened to buy 2 of them. And I will tell you that I sold the second one that was sitting in a box forever for 4 figures. It was stupid.
Wow.
But like, it's something you can't get anymore. It was a low run of maybe 50 sculpts, and that was it. And he painted them, and nobody's ever casted them somehow. I don't know how nobody's ever casted them, but they haven't been out there. So
you get the right people buying them, and you hope that that's the case, right? That no one's like buying them just to recast them and resell them.
Right. That's right. Bree, it was the Ramier brothers too. Yep. Yeah, she does have him. But yeah, the drama with and this is a good point too. There's custom stuff on IG a lot more now. You see a lot of people doing. I mean, it's a lot of 112 stuff that I see, but there is 1/6 stuff. All these sculptors and all the people who are like, I think it's Poor or Pro Toys.
Mhm.
Just not sure how he pronounces it, but again in Hong Kong or China, producing some amazing stuff. Let me see if I can pull him up.
Yeah, I just went down. Have you guys ever heard of Taobao?
Taobao.
No, yeah,
no.
it's basically like the Amazon of China.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's another. I think there's like Shopee is also another big Chinese like Amazon type site.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I might have mentioned, Trevor, that I've gone into the NBA 1/6 figures, like the entry.
Oh wow! Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I'm in a couple of NBA 1/6 groups, and they were showing these custom NBA players that I've never seen offered anywhere.
Right.
And then I did a little research, and I found out that there's this guy in China who's selling them through Taobao. So I pretty much spent all weekend trying to translate so I can order.
Yes,
that's amazing.
I mean, I went down the rabbit hole, but I found some amazing figures, like amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like now it's gotten to the point where like you used to have like an intermediary on Sideshow Freaks that would like, I know this guy, I know Rain Man, I can talk to Rain Man because I mean he doesn't have a great command of English. He can speak, he can write in English, but it's that kind of broken. You're not really sure if he knows, if you know what he's saying or if you're interpreting correctly. But I've gone back and forth with this guy on a couple of things. I did buy a Joker outfit from him. This Gandalf sculpt is freaking amazing.
That makes you really put into perspective how that in our Gandalf
exactly
looks, right?
You can see the eyes. These eyes
that looks like Ian McKellen.
Perfect.
Yeah. You showed me a picture of that this close up. I would have actually thought that was like a behind the scenes shot from the movie.
Yeah, it's incredible. This was I think he actually told me how much this was. I want to say it was like approaching $2,000 or something like that for the full figure. Something like that. He's also done some incredible he did a great Joker.
The people from Squid Games that he does look
amazing. That's what I was getting at. Like look at this. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Dude. Come on. That's incredible.
The girl that he had at the top, the main girl.
Yes. That's right. That's
insane.
Right. She was up here. Look at this.
Yeah, I just followed this artist.
There's Poor Toys.
Yeah. There's the one on the right, all the way at the top. It's like I think it's just a statue.
Yeah.
But that is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's incredible. His sculpting's amazing.
Digital.
He does the hair. Yeah, digital. Yeah. And he just like something will come out. Like I think this showed up. And I don't know how perfect this is, but this showed up literally like 2 days after they showed that clip.
I mean, you can't get perfect on this because you're patching together.
Right, you're patching together, but I mean, pretty close and pretty nicely accurate. I'd be happy with that. It's pretty damn good. But this literally was like the day after that came out. It was crazy. Dude's prolific. He does incredible work.
Loves what he does.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, there's this is not the only guy. There's amazing people.
Wait, whoa, hang on. Go back to Sherlock for a second. Is that not a photograph of those two? It's there it is.
That is a photograph.
Okay, I was gonna say if that's not a fucking photograph of them, then I would have lost.
I guess he did gloves. I would have not liked to have known that. I don't know if I don't think he had anything to do with the run. But here you go. Here's all the Squid Game. Oh no, this is the old guy, the old dude. That's so great.
Yeah,
just really amazing. And he cranked these out in a matter of like a couple weeks. Look at that.
Yep. Yeah, the detail on that is
sick.
Insane.
Dude's a great painter. It's because he paints all this stuff too. Look at that, incredible.
Oh, is that the interview with the vampire?
I don't think.
That
No,
looks a little
no.
older.
This is
That looks like
Hollywood.
Yes.
Oh,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a
Yeah.
Time in Hollywood. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you're wondering if you're not into customs, these head sculpts and painted, you're talking about probably $400, $500,
I thought that
especially
that
with
Brad Pitt said like 190 on it or something.
with
like that.
hair. But that might just be the sculpt. 190 unpainted.
Oh, Jesus! Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's $190. You got to paint it or get somebody to paint it, which is going to cost you probably another 180,
if not more.
if
not more.
If you're,
depending on who's doing it.
like a silent
Yep. If they're here, if they're overseas, it could be a couple $100 for that. So now you're talking about you're almost at $400 for the paint, and then this, I guess that's sculpted hair. So if you did want it rooted, that's probably going to cost you another 150 to $200. So a head sculpt could cost you $600, but you're getting the kind of quality that you're never going to approach with anything. Now, I'd love to see InArt start to bridge that gap a little bit. Whether they can or not, we'll see. But I mean, this is what you're talking about for probably $500, I would say, for something like this, maybe $600. Incredible. But yeah, and then clothing sets, are right up there too. So I will share a couple of things. TJ, do you have your customs too?
Not compared to like the two of you guys.
Okay. No, but I mean, like, did you have pictures and stuff or no?
I sent them to you.
Oh shit! Do you still have them with you? Because I don't know if I saw them. I thought you just said you were putting them together. I didn't know you were sending them to me.
No, I mean, I have a very similar Indiana Jones to you. I think my only other custom is my rooted John Wick.
Oh, nice. So this is a Janik Shin sculpt as well, which I think is a really good.
It looks
really
amazing.
good sculpt.
Yeah.
He painted it. I've seen. That's the thing. It's like it's again like we were looking at the Gandalf, and you go, "Wow, that's perfect," and then you put it next to something else, and you go, "Oh, wow, okay, that's much better." So I've seen even better paint jobs on this that make it look even better. And then there's things like
criminally recasted, right?
Yeah, I think it has been. I think that one that came out from the third party, it's like there was one that was recasted, and then there's another one that I know that they recasted Inigo's Saving Private Ryan sculpt, which was excellent. Yeah, there's a lot of recasting. So this is the other thing about it. Like, there is controversy that people say, like, Sideshow didn't want people talking about it because you're literally taking an IP, you're not paying for it, like these third parties, and you're selling them. My argument to that is this is an artist selling 30 to 40 head sculpts. The suits are a different thing. It's like unless it's a specific character, let's say Star-Lord or something like that, you know what I mean? And then even then you're probably not doing the whole thing. Somebody just wants a better jacket for Star-Lord in leather, and like, who cares? I still have to buy the Star-Lord figure, you know what I mean, to put it on. But when it comes down to a suit like this, I mean, you can't say, yes, okay, this is what he wore, but there's nothing patented about this suit. The overall look, it's the head sculpt is really what you're talking about. It's in terms of likeness rights and stuff like that. But who else is going to do that? You're never going to get a probably a real licensed Tom Hanks Forrest Gump figure. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. So if you want it, this is the route you go to. And then you can get down to things like this, which is from Doggy Doc. I don't know what the hell that was, but I just lost it.
There's something from in there.
Yeah. But I mean, these are all individual things, man. This Curious George book, you can open it up and it's Curious George in there. It's the whole book. It's nuts. But that's the kind of stuff that people like in this realm of things. Like, people like those little details. It's the kind of thing that if you're going to pay a ton of money for it, you want to get that most accurate thing. That was the Travis Bickle sunglasses. I did the run for these. This is Full Metal, who does a lot of metal work, incredible metal work.
He's done some work.
And these glasses are freaking amazing. You'd probably throw up if you know how much they were to make, but if you want the right type of glasses to fit your Travis Bickle, what are you going to do? So TJ, can you bring up your
Yep.
Cool.
Well, let me just grab it.
These are some of my I'm going to remove this here. This is one of the things that I did. This is my custom. Weathered it all up and stuff. It was a custom sculpt somebody did too. I think that gun was pretty pricey too. What do you got, TJ?
My rooted John Wick.
Oh yeah, let's see it. In Biggin. And this is the other aspect of this is it's not necessarily soup to nuts, bottom, to top suit and everything, but sometimes you just want a rooted sculpt on a figure, to make the hair look. That looks incredible, man.
Yeah, it does.
It's JKI Customs did it for me right before the pandemic. It's rooted hair plus I think he darkened the beard and added a little bit more blood to the sculpt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hair looks incredible. So many people doing hair now, which is like it was hard to find people who would do that back in the day. You know what I mean?
Such a sucker for rooted hair.
Are you? Yeah, me too. Me too.
You put real hair on anything, I mean, on a rock, and I'll probably want to buy it just because it has real hair.
Yeah. This was I can't zoom in, but this was I can't remember the name of it. It's a Russian group that did this sculpt, rooted. Really nice. And this is Iris's clothing. So there's basically a couple of tailors, Iris and Yunsel, who are pretty much cranking out everything. And there is
G-Wiz.
Blue, which is, what is it?
G-Wiz is also up there.
G-Wiz, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
great.
Aquino. Yeah. And G-Wiz has gotten really good. I mean, G-Wiz doesn't do like runs as much.
No, it's kind of like whatever, just a one-off kind of.
It's a one-off. If you want a bunch of them, I suppose he'd do a bunch of them, but generally he does one.
Yeah, with G-Wiz, if you want to do a run, it's going to be extremely expensive. Even more so than probably, a Yunsel, I think. They're very
yeah. He does. His work lately has been great, though, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Mark and Steven outfits.
Nice.
See, this is what it's for. Like, when are you go? I mean, are you gonna get Are we gonna get a Steven from Moon Knight? Are we?
We'll get probably a Mr. Knight, but we probably won't.
I think we'll get a Mr. Knight.
Steven. Yeah.
But if you want that on your shelf, and that's Bree's thing, you know what I mean? Like she dives deep into a character, and gets all the versions, different
even more so
things like that.
Actors. Like she'll dive deep into like a specific actor and then follow them through multiple movies and kind of like do that. And I think it's fantastic.
True,
it's amazing to see.
Thing, oh yeah, what custom was it, Jordan? Let us know.
I think it's the one from that video game. It's done by BioWare. It's crap. It's fantasy.
All of Us? No. Or Last of Us?
No. It's fantasy. It's I think Dark is in this. God, I'm missing it.
Okay.
I know what he's talking about. I know the custom. So
okay.
Yeah, I can't remember.
These are
Dragon Age. Thank you. Yes, that's it.
These are Denny. Jesus, help me out, Alex.
What's that? What's the question?
Who did these? Are Cult King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
that quite a while.
Yeah, no, it is Cult King.
Yeah, Cult King. Yeah.
This is my
Ooh, let me see.
This is my custom.
Oh yeah, that's a Cult King Mad Max. I had that one.
No. This is a Scott Peterson sculpt.
Okay.
On a Han Solo Hot Toys body.
Oh, okay.
And this is G-Wiz outfit with
nice
black accessories.
So, oh, really nice.
Yeah, and then I weathered it myself because
cool.
G-Wiz just did like regular
stuff.
And then I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Elio dolls.
No.
I had him do a fully articulated dog because I didn't want a static dog.
Yeah, I got the statue from Danny.
Yeah, this dog is just articulated up the ass, man. It's like you can every little, even the tail, everything is just.
I'm afraid to grab this one, but
that's a fantastic.
Yeah,
that looks great.
I wish I could show you pictures because I did a Mad Max when I first started. There you go. I did a Mad Max when I first started customizing and getting into one stuff, and I wish I could show you that one that I did.
Oh yeah, I know, right? And this was Cult King did a set. I think we were talking about this the other day. And what happened was back then, I mean, everything was pretty much hand sculpted. I mean, 3D was just getting started. I mean, it was out there, but like a lot of artists weren't using it yet. So he had a guy do the head, looked great, but it was oversized. So at that point, he had to go out and find. He had to do the body. He had to find an oversized body, do the clothing all oversized. And I got it. I bought it, not knowing that was going to happen. This is the kind of thing you get into when you're into this stuff. And you got it, and it towered over like every other 1/6 figure, and it just looked weird, and I didn't like it. Now he did a run of regular size clothing, and that's what this is, a Han Solo body as well. With the regular size clothing, I ended up selling the custom figure. I've made the hands with the gloves. I've made a couple so far, and I actually just bought one of the knockoff hand sets from somebody separately, which is the other thing you can do. Toy Anxiety is a great place if you want to put together customs. Toy Anxiety parts out like pretty much every figure that they get in. Hot Toys, third party, everything. You can go on there. You can get hand sets. You can get the tunic. You can get whatever anything you need, and just make customs. They don't have to necessarily be of a specific character. Just anything you want to do. Toy Anxiety is great for that. It's really, really pretty cool. Let me unembiggen me. So these were Cult King, and then I expanded this with another Doggy Dock set that has the briefcase that came with this set was just a static resin briefcase, and then Doggy Dock made one that's like looks like leather, opens up, has a light inside it that lights up and reflects off the top. It's incredible. So yeah, this is still a great set. This has been knocked off. This was literally out last year. Yeah. This was a custom before that came out. This is the original guy who played it, who I liked a lot better. So I'm hanging on to this one from Game of Thrones. Falling down. Like now, this is a deep cut, man. And this was Janik Shin, his first full figure. And I love this movie, so I had to pick it up. It's just a strange, but you're never going to get this ever. Nobody's ever going to make this.
Didn't someone also make the shop owner that he?
Did they? Yeah, I didn't know that. No kidding.
I'm sure I saw the sculpt.
I don't know if they ended up doing a full figure.
He had a deluxe one that came with the whole duffel bag full of guns and stuff, and he had all the guns. This one came with the Coke can and the bat, and I was fine with that. But each one of those little pens is in there, and like I had one when it came, it was broken, and he sent me another one. A little tiny pen with a little tiny clip that goes over his pocket. It's crazy.
Trevor, for that one, what was the set? The sculpt and the outfit?
No. This was a full figure. This came in a wooden box. This came in a wooden box that you slid the top off of. It was wood burnt. The logo was wood burnt into it. It was a gorgeous presentation, man. He was on top. I think he's not doing as much anymore. I don't know what he's doing these days. But he was great. I mean, this is a very good sculpt. I think the glasses were also maybe full metal. I'm not sure who did the glasses. I can't remember. But it was always collaborative team efforts, and Doggy Dock is doing. I just got the ET set from him, and he's doing a set of Ralphie from
Christmas Story.
in the pajamas, in the bunny suit. This is great. I gotta find this one.
Did you, Trevor? Did you get the Van Gogh which was like at one point was like the most sought after? I mean, I know the artist disappeared for a number of years, and
Yeah.
back he started.
What the hell was his name?
Sarong.
Yes, Sarong. Yes, good call. So
Good name.
Sarong, this was an early and this thing was beautiful, man. This was a beautiful custom. He did the whole paint kit. It was all weathered. I mean, it looked real. Like he had his easel, the canvas, the clothing he was wearing was all, you know, covered in paint and stuff. It was a beautiful custom.
Yeah.
The sculpt
Didn't he
was
also
cool.
have like a wrap around his head when he cut off his ear or something like that? There was like a
I think it was a second sculpt that he had or
Okay.
something. So he was going to sell this set. He made it. He made the whole thing, showed it to everybody. And then I think he was going to do a very limited run of maybe 8 to 10 of these things. And I think he kind of disappeared on people.
did.
And I don't know.
For like 2-3
I think
years.
he just kind of took the money and people just kind of gave up. You
Did
know
he
what I
never
mean?
show back up with the actual figure?
No, and he would show these. He had like custom figures. He made the Beatles,
Mhm.
and he would show these in art shows. And he would, you know, they would show up online somewhere like, oh, here's Sarong showing off, you know, his Van Gogh and his Beatles custom figures. And it's like, motherfucker, where's my Van Gogh?
Yeah.
People, I think, just kind of gave up after a while. I don't know if they ever got it.
He came back.
Did he?
And I'm not sure. Yeah, he did, and I'm not sure because he started doing customs again. But I'm not sure if he came back and actually delivered on the Van Goghs, or if
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I can't imagine that he never did, but without refunding people, I would hope. But who knows? It's happened before, but he's a kind of a high profile person for that to happen to.
Mm-hmm.
But we had Andy Manloff, Doggy Doc, on our show like years ago, and he's amazing.
Yeah,
these are incredible. I mean, I didn't get in on this, but even like this, just the packaging that it comes with is fantastic. He does.
Another thing that we pay for is the presentation, like you said,
and his presentations are great. Like this is your certificate of authenticity. It's a major award, the Deranged Easter Bunny. Really, really cool. I think this comes in a wooden box. Oh, I guess he doesn't have it there, but the lamp comes in a wooden box like it did. It's great. Yeah, really, really just cool stuff. He just does beautiful work in all sorts of mediums too, which is amazing. I got the Batman set he did for the Batman 66, which was the Shakespeare's sculpt and the red phone, and it's so cool.
I got that.
He did a whole thing.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Did you get this, TJ? Are you? I forget. Are you into the thing or no?
Yeah, but not enough to buy
that
the
level.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. But I mean, this is how deep it goes, man. It's cool. It's fun because, as we were talking about, Alex, like you piece these things together, over time, and sometimes you never do. So I still have heads that will never probably be part of a figure, or clothing sets that I need a belt. I have a second Indiana Jones up here that I bought. The first one was a Yunsel set. You did the same thing, TJ. Didn't you get that Iris set too? Yeah.
Yep.
Because I do have two heads, so at least he's got a head and he's got the clothes, but he doesn't have a belt. He doesn't have shoes. That's all the stuff you got to part together from the the best places. Get the best webbed belt and get the best whip and get the best bag.
Yeah.
And people get to the point where they're looking at the pattern in the the strap for the bag. It's the wrong color.
Paying
leather.
that much for it, then yeah, of course you're going to be looking for is that like that little fine detail.
Exactly.
There's something also about Indiana Jones where I think people will always be looking for the perfect indie build. I think there's always going to be that certain percentage of collectors that are never going to be satisfied with indie.
It's that and the Heath Ledger Joker that are just they're the holy grails of who's got the best one and who can get the best one. Yeah, but it's I would show you. I can't. My dog's on my lap, but I have a. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, poor doggy.
I think maybe by the time we see Indy 5 in theaters, maybe we'll see someone kind of like go back and we'll get maybe Hot Toys take another stab at it, or maybe In Art take a stab at it.
Yeah. So this is Dario Barbera did this, the guy who did the Conan stuff, and he's a great painter too, and he does hair. So he did this for me years ago, and it's like one of my favorite things. But he told me while he was making, he's like, I'm using real hair, human hair. And I'm like, okay. And it looked great, but you can't really see it here. It looks dark here, but it's starting to gray.
Is it real?
It's starting to gray.
Dude, that's incredible.
Neither one of us would thought that like dead hair
Yeah.
would start to gray, but it is faded. And it's not, I don't think it's just because of the lights. I mean, it's not under lights all that
I love
often.
that. I love that even more though. That's such a better story. The fact that the hair on your
I know.
finger
It's
is
like,
starting to gray.
it's like it's really alive.
Yeah,
I wrote
exactly.
him and I'm like, Dario, man, I love this thing you did. It's like one of my favorite figures, but it's the hair is turning gray. he's like, he just laughs and he's like, send it back to me. I will. I'm like, I'm afraid to dye it or try anything like that. Like, I don't like. It's on the sculpt. Like, I don't want to ruin it. He's like, send it back to me. I'll dye it for you and give it.
Well, I
back
know
to you.
that
I'm like,
that
"That's
thing is
awesome."
one of your favorites because you did like a whole photo shoot. Remember we did like a lot years ago.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we posted our favorite thing in our collection.
Oh yeah,
And that
It
was yours, so I know that
at
was
the
yours.
time. It's still one of my top favorites. It's fantastic, and that's a caustic plastic. Because I think Cult King did that original one too, and that's a good figure. The sculpt was okay, but caustic plastic, who does some skirty thing. They didn't pay for the license, but it's a very good body and clothing. They did a good job with the clothing, so it was a good basis for a great sculpt. So.
You know, I think it'd be
Shoes
a
are hard to
credit
find,
to these 1/6 companies, like I said, to step outside of the sci-fi superhero realm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they should know their customers, and like we love all these, like these cult movies and stuff. I think they should get their toe in that stuff for sure.
Well, I think the third parties are missing, although they're not, because they know what they're going to sell. I mean, how many vultures are they going to sell? How many, T1000s or whatever they're going to sell? Yeah, that's going to be crazy. But
Trevor's your
go
dog
after
okay?
some. What's that?
Trevor's your
Yeah,
dog.
can you
okay?
still hear him? Yeah, he's fine. He just does this.
TJ and I are dying over here because
He's old. He's got
I know.
this hacking thing that he hacks all the time. He's like
poor
a
guy. Just want to make sure he's okay.
nice fun. I don't even know what I was saying. What the hell was I saying? What was I talking about?
About the
Oh yeah, I mean, I would let like this. They've done that. Somebody did the Forrest Gump, but like take your own stab at it and make it something original, or pick something original that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
And you will find a market for, maybe a couple hundred of them. It's not going to be thousands, but you could charge a decent amount if you did a good job. But
yeah, not overproduced. Yeah.
right, yeah. So interesting. It's fun, but it's a pricey hobby.
Yeah.
But even if you just pick one and put it together over the years,
It's something I commend all you guys doing for in 1/6. I'm starting to slowly get into it in 1/12, but
yeah,
I can't make that jump in 1/6. I want to collect too many figures. That
it's crazy
hard.
with 1/12 as it is. Like even like just putting together a Mezco custom or something with the sculpt there is going to cost you painted. It's going to cost you $60-$70. You know what I mean? And a good clothing set or a decent wired cape is $30-$40.
Sometimes it's like
Same thing.
$100 for a good cape.
True enough.
I
Depending on
spent
the
more than I
complexity.
spent on most of my Hot Toys on some 1/12 figures. So
I know, me too. It's Mythic Legions is a whole line of custom stuff too, but it does make the hobby a lot more fun though. I think even if you just, like I said, take your time, there's a specific character that you want that you just can't buy from Hot Toys. Nobody's making it. The third parties aren't making it. And it's like, go out there, see what you can find, maybe jump into custom 1/6. Look for it. Just look it up. And then go on there and see what people are putting together. Some pretty amazing stuff.
it's like when we had Sabrina on the show, like way back in like episode 3 or 4. I forget what number it was, but like what she was saying is like you have that character that you love, and it's just making the best possible version ever of that character. Like Hot Toys all of them will come close, but there's always little areas that they have to take some liberties with just to get something out mass market. But you can take it the next couple steps by finding someone who's going to use the actual cloth that they actually had in the movie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the Marty McFly Hot Toys that doesn't have the Nike swoosh on the sneakers.
Yes.
Right. Going out and buying. There you go.
Or
like sneakers, like you're buying.
Or his skateboard that doesn't have all these stickers that were,
correct. Yep. Yeah, Sabrina was great at that. I mean, she's just taking those figures that she really loved, Star-Lord, having somebody do hair on it and making it just look like, just
hair,
a whole other level of figure. And it was just that, that and the few others that she collected. But it's not, it doesn't have to be everything. Pick one that you like. Look up an artist that you look around the community. It's a lot on Facebook. There is a lot more on Instagram now. There's painters all over the place. Just do a 1/6 hashtag lookup and you'll find them. I think we've exhausted that topic. There's a lot more to say, but so I'm sorry, he's hacking over here the entire time. Plus, I got to get him off my lap. My legs falling asleep. Alex, I really appreciate you coming on, man. This was really great,
guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Check out Alex. Go ahead.
I said this on my show before. It's like I was telling him, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna come on this show and just like cleanse myself of all this 1/6 stuff that I don't talk to anybody else about, because nobody knows about this stuff.
Well, I hope you got to talk enough about. We'll have you on again and just talk about
would be a
specific subjects, and we'll just go through the news and just talk about our stuff. I'd love to see some more pictures of your collection too online.
Sure, yeah. I don't think we're friends on Facebook. I have a lot of stuff.
Okay.
On there, so I'll
friend me. I got 1 million friends at this point, so yeah, friend me.
Well, aren't we cool?
Wow.
Well, no, I mean it's like you join a group. It's like with Mythic Legions. It's it's like everybody's like wants to. You don't have to friend me. Like I don't put anything on Facebook, man. You know what I mean? Just go follow my Instagram. It's all the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd like to see that stuff from people.
I should post it on Instagram because that's where I'm most active.
You should, yeah, definitely. I know you put a few things up there, but. Speaking of Instagram, go check out Alex Iron Ironhead 77. 77 is that when you were born?
You got it. Okay. Yeah, Ironhead 77.
And
then I also have a Facebook art page.
Cool.
Alex Sanchez, and you can find all the stuff that I'll be drawing, and you can catch me every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Infinity Equation with my co-host Dante, and where we talk about toy industry,
everything but 1/6.
Yeah, well, I try to,
sneak
it
in there
on the show. I'm like, hey, man, you think we can talk about this?
I went on. I guested on Toy Migos a couple times, and they're also do the same. You just had Josh on tonight.
Yeah.
Where they talk a lot 1/12, and at that time I was very much more into like not collecting 1/12, more into 1/6. Every time they had me on, I'm like, well, this is what's happening in the 1/6 world, and it was just crickets. And I'm like, I'll stop.
Yeah, you got to know your audience. It's like I realize that the people that watch our show are all like hardcore Marvel Legends collectors mostly. So, I don't want anyone to start tuning out.
I know there's a lot of that. You know what I mean? That's why we collect a lot of different things, and we keep talking about, hey, maybe we should just do something where we just talk about everything. But there are a lot of shows where everybody's just talking about everything, and I kind of like just want to focus on something that, again, there are shows talking about 1/6. But it's not our show, so
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, I'd love to have you on again
while talking about 1/6. That's what we do.
That's it. That's the other thing too, is tying in.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you guys will have me back on, it'd be a pleasure.
Yeah, for sure, and we'll do something that's just less of a subject, and maybe just talk about more about our collections and stuff like that. But I want to show some pictures, so take some pictures.
Sure.
Of what you got. What is it? Mainly Star Wars? Do you have a lot of Star Wars?
X-Men in there. I want to see.
I mostly have it's Star Wars the most, and then horror figures. Then X-Men superheroes, and then ancillary characters like Mad Max and stuff like that.
Yeah, next time we'll go ahead.
Yeah, if you could on your Instagram, just because I'm not on Facebook, in your stories, just post. I'm really intrigued to see that Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Match with the sideshow. I would love to see that.
Sure. Yeah, even in your stories for sure. Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
I will do that.
And what else have you got coming up, comic book wise?
Power
Rangers.
Right now, my IDW site exclusive covers for Godzilla versus Power Rangers coming out. It's 5 of them. Number 2 just came out. Also, G.I. Joe 40th anniversary came out a few weeks ago, and I'm working on some stuff that I can't really talk about, but just keep an eye out. I post up on my Instagram and my Facebook dates, so just stay in touch there.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. It's our usual peeps. It's nice. It's nice when they come back. Because, could choose to be someplace else on a Friday night, but I appreciate it. What do you guys got coming up? Anything fascinating, interesting? No.
I look for, if you're doing toy photography, look my page this week. I'll be announcing a challenge that I've been harassed by Jason to get started again. So
I'm in.
Is it portraits?
It's the portraits. The 6 portraits challenge is starting. I'm working on the graphics this weekend. I'll get that up. The challenge will start next week. So
I'm in. Cool. That was a really good impetus to do stuff like that too. I really enjoyed that last time. Cool. Yeah, look for that. Portrait challenge.
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm glad you guys are excited.
I didn't do anything last time. That's why.
I was going to do it. I was going to talk to you about doing it, but I'm glad you're getting it going. That's cool.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Mason writes to me at least once a day, so I gotta just to quiet down that DM.
Understood. And also check out, like Alex said, the Infinity Equation right here on YouTube with Dante and Alex. It's a fun show. Dante's hilarious, man. You guys together are very funny. Does some great imitations, and he's fun. Very very low key funny. He's just like under the radar. Yeah. He's great. All right, that's the show. Don't forget if you're watching this later on. I think everybody who's watching this here is subscribed. But if you're watching later on, hit the subscription button, if you will, and the bell, and that'll tell you when we're on. We're on every other week. So, in case you lose track, the bell will tell you that, hey, we're on this week. So, and that's it. I got Mythic, the Legion's Lounge on Monday. We got Tom Whalen, the artist. Who's done some packaging for Power Rangers, Hasbro, and illustrations. And he just did an illustration that's going on sale tomorrow for Mythic Legions, for Cosmic Legions, limited run there. So we're going to talk to him about that, and that should be cool. And then I'm going to be on, Toy Talk tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on YouTube. And then Tuesday, I'm like everywhere, I'm going to be on Group of 7 Comics on YouTube. Great show, by the way, Jason Lapidus and Chris Sanigan, writers for Group of 7 Comics and artists respectively, and they go through all they go through issue by issue the classic X-Men. Good Lord, man. Classic X-Men comics by their Claremont and Byrne stuff, era, and I'm going to be doing issue 120 this week, which has Alpha Flight in it.
Nice.
Okay,
so
you're a big Alpha Flight guy, so that works.
I love Alpha Flight. Yeah. So I requested it. So check that out. It's a great show anyway. Just go watch it anyway because it's a great show. And that's it.
Sweet.
Gotta go. My dog's hacking up a lung. Bye.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thanks again, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, guys.